Roger establishes a relationship with her kind of early on. She's singing about, oh my God, she's singing about the Kieran crying, the monsters in the sea, and he says to her, there's no monsters in the sea, don't worry about it, there's sharks maybe.
All right, Richard, so let's talk about the back half of season 4 of Outlander. Let's start with 4-7, and that is the Down the Rabbit Hole, which is a really important one for Roger because we really get to see him on his own when we get to see him meet Bonnet, who is going to be someone that's going to test and I think let us see him in a different way.
Yeah, absolutely. You see Roger in a completely different light. This is the first time you've really seen Roger on his own. Which is great because we can have a completely different look at him. You've only really seen Roger with Brianna or with Claire, and he behaves in a very specific way with each of them. With Brianna, he's very much led with his heart, thinks with his heart. With Claire, he's very much thinks with his head. He's the academic, he speaks to her on a more intellectual level. But with Stephen Bonnet, you're presented with something entirely new.
A wise man leaves the things beyond his power to the gods. But on this ship, everything's in my power.
That honourable side of Roger, that, you know, he has morals, he demonstrates them with absolute conviction. He doesn't like to see anyone hard done by or done wrong by, and that's something that he's very passionate about. He very much wears his heart on his sleeve, and if he sees anyone, especially innocent young people, in any peril or any danger, then he will do everything within his power, even things that are beyond his power. Try and help. He starts to fancy himself as a bit of a hero, but this is a side of Roger that's always been there, and it's a side of Roger that's starting to evolve also. Yeah. He's never been in this situation, but he feels very passionately about, you know, about
justice and taking care
exactly,
of his kid.
Justice, yeah. And I think that's something that I was always very excited about playing Roger, because I knew that these qualities are there, they're inherent in Roger. They are there, they just need to be put to the test. And they are in episode 407 onwards. Yeah. This is where you really start to see parts of Roger that I've always been excited about since reading the books. I've thought, we're never going to see that until like later on, but when we do, that's going to be quite exciting.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Was this a rough episode? Because there's just so much. I mean, when it gets down to throwing the baby over, it was like, I don't know how you play that and not... Oh, man.
I didn't. It was absolutely brutal. And I was so drained by the end of it. And I love playing with Ed Spilliers. We just play together. Yeah. There's an amazing chemistry. That's a really strange word to use between Stephen Bonnet and Roger, but it's true.
No, it is true.
We really played off each other. There's a lot going on. And I remember saying to Ed at the end of the day, I was like, you have just drained me. Yeah. I'm just done. Because there's a little girl in it. Yeah. And Roger establishes a relationship with her kind of early on. She's singing about, oh my God, she's singing about the Kieran crying, the monsters in the sea. And he says to her, there's no monsters in the sea, don't worry about it, there's sharks maybe. But that then sets up to the fact that she gets thrown off the back of the ship. And I was like, oh my God, it's horrible.
Yeah.
But I remember particularly, and we had to do that over and over again, and I was just like, I can't. Yeah. This is horrific. And I remember walking into the captain's quarters, where Stephen Bonnet's, discovered people with pox and he's thrown them off the ship, and walking in, and the look that Kavey is the actress that played the little girl, the look that she gave me, it was just one of total helplessness. And Roger sees that she's got the pox, and it was like a knife through the heart.
Oh my God, yeah.
It was horrible. And the reactions that we got there, I think were
real.
Purely genuine.
They look when you watch it, because
it's just horrific. Yeah. And then when she gets thrown off the back of the boat, and it's in that instant that Roger knows, he's like, and it's that thing where he tries to do things beyond his capabilities. Like, he knows he can't do anything for her. He knows what happens. He also knows the danger of a child being present with the pox in such a confined space as a ship, a transatlantic voyage. So there's a lot going on. There was just so much to play. I found that very interesting, at the same time very taxing.
We would be on the wrong side of history again.